Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more adventures of Ash and Steel. And in tonight's episode I think we're going to head out in this direction, ignoring...
People say they're actually roaming the fields.
And you seem to know too much about them. Should I call the guards?
ignoring one or two of the things we would like to do. I could have gone all the way back to Rump's camp to make some potions. And I could have gone to cook some food. But I'm not doing that. No. Instead, I'm going to head back out this way. And see if I can find some trouble to get myself in. First off, I'm going back up to the tower to see if I can discover the unseen foe that was causing me trouble last time.
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
Easy. How do you know it was me? Plus, it probably wasn't. So, we're wanting to also look for any herbs we might have missed while we were up here. So, the foe should be somewhere around this region. And near the base of the tower in particular. Also, as it's likely to be something dangerous, we'll put our helmet on. Hello. Oh, if you give me like that. So, can we get that sword? Yes, we can. Excellent. Well, he didn't have the key. And I don't know if... So we can drop down to that scaffolding from the top of the tower. But it's not really going to help us. This doesn't seem to be our map point. Although we're aware there's something to do with lighting some sort of flame at the top of the tower. We don't need to do it yet, so let's just continue on with our exploration. Most importantly of all, that got us some experience points, because we're not that far away from our next level. Now that really did seem like a good vantage point. Maybe we need to light the flames to be able to map out the area. I don't know. That brigand was clearly some kind of variant of Rockwolf. Now, we could try fighting the two beetles at the entrance of the dark forest over here. Or we could simply try to find another way. We do have one or two avenues to explore. Additionally, mind you, some back there as well. So, No. Go away. So let me see. The rest cabin is here. Woodcutter's camp is here. The outskirts are over here. Mercenary hall there. So somewhere. Woodcutter's camp. So the path here that leads down to the beach had one or two side paths leading from it. The Hound, the High Fort. So Dark Forest somewhere down this way. Fishing village out over here. 3 woodcutters, 3 hunters. Now, there's a path down here somewhere. Yeah, let's maybe travel as we think about it, eh? And with our income from the bank now, we can afford to gamble a little more on Ranter at some point as well. The 2 remaining fighters at the standing camp stand between us and some experience points for completing the quest. And they're both tricky. Easy now, Tristan. It's just the world loading in. As we appear to be wading through sludge. Oh, and here it goes. Excellent. So apart from attempting to explore the Dark Forest, we could also be trying to climb that tower south of the Free Hunters camp. Because we have 2 different reasons to do so. We might also want to invest in our cottage. Let's see. I mean, that's a goodly amount of money right there. What's that? Is that the guard tower near the mines or something else? Because that looks like somewhere we might want to climb up. Like some kind of high distinctive landmark. So let's go for it. City guard, unlikely to be overtly hostile to... Hello. Can we climb that ladder? No, we cannot. Not that it would particularly get us anywhere useful. And you are a man named Malthus. Hello, game. And we can't speak to him at the moment. Fair enough. Perhaps another time. However, while we're here, I'm not going to try and steal anything. I was just going to point out that this target is not in that hunter's camp where targets are to be sought. While this looks very pretty, it doesn't look like it's going to particularly help us. So, we shall continue to ascend to a higher tier of the tower. Ladder, not one we can climb, but there's still plenty of stairs. So, up here. Yeah, okay, fine. Got our level and a portion of the map, so we want to try and find one around here somewhere. There might be one near the Hound too. Well, that's excellent. Look at that, we can see the fishing village from here if we just turn our heads sideways. There's the cemetery, and our house isn't even on the map. Down here-ish. I wonder. See how it does just connect across like that. So there's paths here we can explore as well. Easy there, game. What the hell? Right. Well, down we go. Now that wasn't even on the edge, it was just in the middle of the floor. For this next level, we should have gained 2 ability points and a skill point. Now, it would be nice to have a strength of 20, because then we can wear the amulet for 26. And stamina or fortitude, we probably do want more stamina. There we go. And as for skills, I'm looking at training costs here, so 650 to get towards advanced survival. And 10% critical strike chance is pretty big as well. Rare trophies would be very helpful. We could always grab armor reinforcing. Still need more fortitude for expert crafting. And we do want to save 350 for shoulder slam. Got it. I don't suppose... That was big man, wasn't it? Already learned? No! 8 of 10. Okay, that did help. It was worth fighting the brigand variant of Rockwolf there. So now I'm thinking we head back to our homestead. Maybe even rest overnight. And maybe work a bit on the garden in the morning. mines. Okay. Probably worth a bit of an explore up there at some point. We could work a bit on the garden before bed. And if we're wanting to save 350... that gives us like 650 spend. No, actually more like 8 or 9. Okay. Exterior. Add more life to your holdings. A space for relaxing and strumming a song with extra lighting and shrubs grown for the glory of aura. So if we grab this, then the exterior gives plus 40 permanent health. I can see that being very nice. And I don't particularly see anything new opening up just yet. It's 40 health. Not quite. Okay. I think it's some modest allotment, quite possibly. Well, a modest allotment implies there'll be a better one we can create.
Oh, disgusting. Clearly there's a pest in here.
Yeah, we need to find out what that is and deal with it quickly. It doesn't seem to be showing its face, though, anytime soon. Wait. Use? Transferred Majoris Demonstrasa. Okay. Can I read it? Well, I'm glad I read it before I put it up there. Does that help me in some way? It gave me more experience points, I think. Yes, it did. Oh, and we're hungry as well. Excellent. Let's get a good night's rest. If we were to try and make it back to the city now, we might not make it in time to... You know what, hang on. We should probably try, right? I'm suspecting if we make it to the city and we'll eat something along the way... This is our experiment to try to... Hey, I like the repair and the fence. To try to make it to Pinker before morning. And you know what? If we can run like this through the night, we might be in with a chance. And if we don't... we still have exploration options open to us. Slow it. Hello world, are you there for us? You are, that's excellent. You know, we can stop in the bank on the way there. No, we can't. Well, it depends how late we arrive at the city. Speaking of arrival, let's get some stamina back to aid in our late night endeavour. Easy. You know what? We should be able to train up in town as well. Okay.
Move to the village. The city makes me sick.
This weather's been mad lately. Sunny.
So now we're going to dangerously enter extremely dangerous territory known as these mean streets. And try to make our way through multiple districts. This could get pretty rough. Worst part is we may have to sprint most of the way. In order to arrive there in a timely manner. So this is going to get interesting one way or another. The fact that he's only available a quarter of the time and we need to constantly report back to him makes this quest really tedious. But we have an opportunity and I'm willing to experiment with it. Excuse me, lady. I don't.
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
Any ill will. Ooh. Let's try to only dash when we have good straight distances to do so. Such as just back then. It'll be interesting to see if this brigand has returned as a sort of respawning encounter, or if he's done now and won't come back. Because they do seem to roam. And we
Why's he wearing that junk?
are getting very close now.
Why is he wearing that junk?
Mate, I'm so glad to hear you saying that instead of loading your crossbow. Oh, you.
If you know what I mean.
You have got to be taking the piss. Came here especially to find him. So we're going to try the old trick now. Just in case he should happen to magically appear. Or even come waltzing in through the door while we wait for him. Come on, game. You're nearly there. I don't think we should ask for advice.
Do you sell anything special?
Lockpicks. No rum. Okay. So if we go take a look outside.
I've heard of him, and his sticky fingers.
We probably don't want to roam too far. Here we go. Excellent.
You like that? It's only going to hurt more.
Did that hurt? Well, the next one's gonna hurt more.
We're under attack.
Oh no, fuck off. Don't take my kill.
What was that?
Game.
You asked for it.
He killed him.
Oh, one. He
fuck.
killed him.
Hey! No. Go away. Looks like we get full companion experience for
Can't see tucked in fog like this.
Did they nick the... No, wait. Old short sword. And one of them had an axe. Which I can't quite seem to be able to reach. But anyway, I don't suppose he'll have magically turned up now. What a nuisance. And now we're covered in the blood of evil men.
It stays under the counter, if you know what I mean.
I've got a pretty good idea what you mean. As this looks like morning may be coming. Lady, do you have a death wish? I've seen what it's like out here on the streets at night. She really appears to be trapped by that guard, doesn't she? Wait, what's this? This sort of discarded torch that's being kicked about the floor there. That looks suspiciously like the board to which I have fixed
Jens,
one of the monster diagrams I'd read. Okay, I mean we can probably melt that down, to be honest.
the
Actually.
rest is under the counter, if you know what I mean.
Let's have a drink. And I think we give up on trying to find Pinker tonight.
I've heard of him. And his sticky fingers.
It was a noble ideal, but sadly it seems it was not to be. Why is that yellow? I mean, apart from colour variation, I wonder if it has a distinct meaning. Let's go back to the pub in case he shows up. We probably haven't gone far enough away to refresh anything. I'm not sure how far we'd need to go. Probably run all the way back to the Order of the Seven. Might as well give it a try. It's probably just too late at night now. I mean, look at that sky growing lighter. Alright, so now that we're here, we'll about turn and head back again. Just in case it has helped him make his way to our nighttime rendezvous spot.
Fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
Here we come again. And probably barge our way through the door shouting, "Oi, Pratt!" Amber Pratt is not here. Great. Well, we know what to do. In case it helps him appear. Annoyingly, I'm already thinking of our next level. And thinking we want a point in Fortitude next level. Come on, game, you're at 80% already. You're doing well. And he's just not here. Isn't that lovely?
Jens!
The inns. It sounded almost like he might have been saying ruffians, but let's hope not. Well, just another night of Pinker not showing up, I suppose. Okay then. And yeah, it's definitely too late. Early enough to go and find the bank isn't open yet. But our Master at Arms may be available to teach us a new skill. Especially if we walk it a little slowly. How's our fatigue looking? Oh, not bad. Okay. Right. Flock of birds, the heck. Hang on. Up there on the roof. That looks suspiciously like some kind of weather vane. Odd. Yeah, it's got a tail as well as a leg. It's not a sack propped up leaning at an odd angle. That would have been interesting though. Since we're looking for Norbert's belongings somewhere around these houses. We won't need this on that much. There we go. Now I know the quest wants us to report to Pinker again. For the third time. He's just never around.
Went up
It's
again.
most bothersome.
We'll be eating grass soon.
Yeah. The evil minigame of doom.
Some monsters attacked them.
Like, ugly monsters? Scary monsters?
Monsters are called monsters because they are ugly and scary.
These Freemen are just bandits with a fancy name.
Why is he wearing that junk?
Why, good Sir Beltram. I was wondering if you could teach me one of your advanced techniques. So, sometimes all you need to defeat your opponent is a little nudge. Breaks through blocks and defensive stances and increases your enemy's bonus stamina burn by 200%. Gained a new skill, Shoulder Slam. Time to put the skills you've learned to good use. Click on the active skill and add it to the quick access panel. There are two separate panels for melee and ranged combat skills. Some skills require specialized equipment to use. So we're going to go to the skills section, like that, click on the skill and put it on number 1. There we go. So now, if we draw our sword, we can see the skill there on number 1. Oh, it's filling up. So there's some kind of reset timer. Well, we don't need it now.
Heard a couple maulers howling at the walls yesterday. They've grown fearless. That's for sure.
Sometimes I wonder why we even have guards.
I will
They
probably give that a
arrested
try
someone in
at
the
some
port
point.
last night.
It doesn't look too impressive to begin with. We don't know what kind of distance it covers either. I don't think I can melt that old short sword down. Not in the least, because I don't think... Oh no, I do have some coal. Okay. Well, we can go and check then, can't we? Let's do that. So as I was going to say, the city guides appear to give us companion experience. Right. For combat. So. Okay, we can. Lots of 1 of 2 and 1 of 3s here, not a lot of 1 of 1s. Oh wait, 1 of 2, okay. Alright. Maybe I should hold on to these old plates. Okay. frying pan. Couple of pitchforks. Or just look for some more mining spots. Right. For one iron ingot? I don't feel right somehow. One steel. Do we have this? Can't remember if we've made it or not. Steel and back down to iron again. Okay, so... Oh... Maybe it would be nice to get some more options for crafting. So we can wear this and wield the hammer. That might not be an entirely bad idea. Wait, we're not wearing this as well. Okay, hang on. Now I can see why we're not wearing it. But it might help us if we did. We've been so used to having about 2 strength points from that ring. Hang on, 2% critical hit chance. 4% critical hit chance, both on the same hand. We can sell this. And probably should. We could also go check on the bank. Because that'll help us build towards the next upgrade to our house. What can we do? Well, we could just go doze for a bit in the order quarters. But what else could we do to pass the time? Is there a crafting bench here in town? I don't think there is one that we can use. How slowly do we have to walk to a bank to make sure it's open? We could go to the bookshop and buy a new book, but those tend to be a bit expensive, so we should do some saving up for that. It may be worth doubling our investment in the bank at some point. Although that 40 health for completing the garden would be very nice, so we probably need to do some more quests of that. Merely defeating brigands probably isn't quite enough. And we can't read that. Too early? Why, so it is. Excuse me, good sir. You have nothing to say to me. Fine. The brief moment of lag there made me think we may be passing from morning into daytime. Okay, she's willing to speak. Not that she necessarily has much interesting to say. We could eat again, I suppose. Let's plonk it all there for now. Oh, Tristan, what are we going to do while we wait for a bank to open? Or the market stalls to open? Wait. There's a jeweler in this part of town who isn't a market stall holder, isn't there? I think he's just through here on the left. And I think there's a map I can go and check to waste even more time. It's not through there, it's over here. Well then.
The more expensive, the better.
Okay,
What the?
fine. I was just checking if he might be willing to do business a little bit early. Apparently that's not the case. Oh, come on, game. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Where's that lovely market stall holder of mine? And the banker, for that matter. Now, the stamina potion doesn't feel worth using in combat because the amount of time it would take us to drink it would already recover a lot of stamina. Well, more people are showing their faces around here now, so we'll try again. Oh, he is determined not to be available. That's okay. We can pretend that only increases the bounty we're about to receive, for which we should be truly grateful. I wonder. So we can open the map here. Where the hell is the vantage point in the outskirts then? Because obviously somewhere up there would be very good for the city. Oh, come on, game. I'm walking slowly enough, aren't I? Ah, but it's determined to give me this time. Maybe we
Why
should
is he
wash off
wearing
some
that
of his
junk?
blood. Ah, it seems like we're mostly clean. And the marketplace is mostly deserted. Excellent. Hey. Just in case this was a map spot. And clearly that appears to not be the case, but it was worth a try. Allegedly. You're not ready for business yet, are you, love? Nope. She really is not. Wow. I'm getting to do a lot of exploring. Well, it's not exploring really, it's just retreading familiar steps. Okay, so let's waste a little time.
Knives for cutting ribs.
Okay, so 5 points of dexterity and insight cannot be relied upon because of equipment. 30 strength for both of those isn't happening anytime soon.
Knives for cutting ribs.
25 fortitude. So I'm looking at house upgrades and gear to get some of these, obviously. That's probably our next skill then.
Come! Fill your bellies!
Feels like they're starting to appear. Here
Only
we
the
are,
best
lady.
jewellery in town!
Well, we'll see about that. So that's +4. That is +2. It's not a very good price. I mean, those are all nice. Let's head over to the bank. And then what? Well, presumably we just head out of town. We can check if Vin, the smith, will take any of these spare weapons we've been picking up for money and experience points. So the bank's payouts currently aren't massive. Uh, 12.5 minutes, okay, fine. Would be nice to see that information at the top of the screen a little more prominently. So that puts us near about 300 again. And if we want to invest more in the bank, it's a heavy investment, but of course the payout would increase on a regular basis. That being said, you know, we haven't particularly come anywhere near matching our original investment yet. So it's a pretty slow payout. But if we're going to be spending forever waiting for people like Pinker to turn up at night time, then we're probably going to have plenty of opportunities to visit the bank. Okay. Oh, okay, just that. Yeah, sure, you can take those, man.
How much will you pay for this?
That much.
Got ourselves 10 experience points. Lovely. Now. 5 stamina on the short sword. I mean, that's not entirely bad. Obviously, we don't have this kind of money yet. Oh, 25 strength. That's actually pretty good. That's very nice. 18 strength required for 36 damage. That's really disgustingly good. Acolyte's 200 axe. Oh, that is very tempting as well. But 29, we have better, don't we? And I probably shouldn't have sold this. I probably should have melted it down. Although I think it changed its name when we sold it to him. And that helmet would be nice to save up for as well. Okay. So, we're a bit low on funds now because we invested heavily in our garden. Ay, 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 ay. Maybe we should head off out of town again. Could go try our hand at Ranta against the 2 remaining Ranta fighters near the Inn of the King's Brother. That feels like a costly endeavour, though. Maybe we shouldn't do that just yet. How are we doing at all these things? 5 of 25, none of 8, none of 1, 8, 4250, long off. Any 65 out of 100. Okay, we're working on whatever that is. 23 of 25. Now that, if we can work out what that is and just finish it off, that would be great. 43 of 50, also close. Those 2 are coming along nicely, whatever they are. Well, let's put our cap on and head out of town. Wait. It's a lot of money. But we also need 25 fortitude anyway. So 2 levels could get us there, but we wouldn't have the money. So if we go strength and fortitude next level, that's probably not a bad idea. I wonder if the map point needs to be high. So far they both have, because I was thinking maybe on the shore of the lake or the riverbank, maybe they could be a good point, you know, with a really nice view. But I'm not sure that's a really good idea. So far, both the map points have been quite high up. What's on the board today?
Can't see tucht in a fog like this.
Capital longsword. We don't have one anymore. Oh, what else? And go cook at the woodcutter's camp. Why not? And make a whole load of flask of wolfsbane. Now, the thing about those is that we'll need to be alive long enough to use them.
And yelling like a bloody fool again last night.
Bread prices went up again.
which means things like tackling the group of 3 rat walkers, like guards for bridge, near the old ruins, is certainly out of the question right now. Oh, it was all going so smoothly. And now we're back to juddery again as the world loads in unfamiliar areas. Now the good thing about the woodcutter's camp is it has most crafting stations. Nothing for potions. So we could arguably look at our options here a bit. We have 13 bunches of camp supplies, so we don't need to go making any of them anytime soon. I was thinking about what we can spend iron on.
From the guards, I guess?
No, you're giving those assholes too much credit. Some monsters attacked them.
Like ugly monsters? Scary monsters?
Monsters are called monsters because they are ugly.
Not just ugly and scary, monsters are also dangerous.
Right in the outskirts recently. Just
People fear them for good reason. Alright. Here we go. Now that's a 20 food, so we're working on stacking those nicely. Not quite sure how many we've had yet, but 10 of those.
You said it.
We'll pop it there for now.
To be sure, life goes on.
And why not go... Ooh! Wait a
How
minute.
things used to be. This isn't.
If we can spend long enough making these potions...
Sometimes I wonder why we even have guards. You know what people are saying? Another barnacle bucket wrecked in the reefs.
Then we might be able to get back to town late enough for Pinker to actually show his face tonight. Yeah. And we should probably go looking for a good vantage point around it. I wonder. Because that water is coming out of a hole in the cliff. Maybe worth trying to climb up there at some point. For now, though, we're mostly here to make potions. Oh. Right, now. We are now the proud owner of 17 flasks of wolfsbane. There's got to be a better healing potion recipe out there somewhere. But it's still pretty potent, you know. We don't have enough health to need a particularly more powerful healing potion at the moment. Yeah. I'm imagining the shoulder barge is mostly a guard breaker, so it won't be particularly useful against animals. The heavy attack is also supposed to be a guard breaker, but it doesn't always seem to work. And there appear to be counters to it. Should we visit Redeem and sell off some of our crap? Quite possibly. However, it might be worth checking what assorted rubbish that we have sold him can be purchased for melting
I've heard
down.
of him. Any luck?
Dunno. I mean, some. Ooh, we really could, couldn't we? Okay, but hold off. Oh, we've been selling stuff all over the place, haven't we? Let's get a couple of eggs. Here we go.
Practically a gift.
All right. I mean, very tempting at this point. Good protective values, but 25 and 2 15s. So yeah, better armor values, but none of the benefits of this adventurer's clothing set. Very well. And I think there might still be an insect back here. Yeah, I see it. Do we live dangerously? Probably not. Oh, we can save the game though. We got to practice using this hammer sometime, right? Oh, nice long reach on this hammer. Oh, good damage, Mike. Very nice. Interesting little spot of lag there. And I think there should be one more beetle up this way, right? Unless we cleared this one already. There's a big nasty monster down there. 3 rat walkers above the bridge over that way, but we don't want to tangle with. Alright, so we can do some good damage with this hammer. 58. Oh, that's a big step up. From our 46. 45. We want... Huh. I suppose if we want the best blunt resistance, we'd go for this one. Which is still something. There it is. Right. Now what? Head back towards the city and hope for nightfall? There is a powerful Hobster warrior down that way. We could go tangle with him if we're feeling particularly good. Might even be able to try it with a hammer. But maybe that's something for another episode. I should probably give my voice a bit of a rest. And start heading back towards the city. And then maybe we'll be able to find Pinker at night time. Oh joy. But that is definitely going to be for the next episode.
Again. Been trying all sorts of ointments. Nothing helps.
For now, though, I think I'll get back out into the outskirts and wrap up the episode. We haven't necessarily achieved very much. We've expanded our map significantly. And improved on our garden. Easy there, Tristan. No point trying to run through a loading sludge. Alright, so here we are.
Rough to be sure, but life goes on.
You know what? We probably could go check the bank again. But that
Have
is
you
something
seen
for
how
another
fat the
episode
guard
as well.
captain's face is, though? Won't fit through the entrance soon.
Alright, so I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone. See you all soon.